This is Comic Burrito. I'm Tom.
I'm Cole.
And I am Nick.
And we're talking
This
Week in Comics. This Week in Comics, yeah.
This Week in Comics.
I definitely noticed that there was a word missing from the intro that wasn't on the last intro, and maybe technically two words.
Yeah, I know.
And it
live stream.
confused me still. Not even that part.
What was missing? Why are we talking about this now?
I don't know. I was just going to draw in some controversy talk before we start picking books.
Cool.
And everybody riled up.
Yeah.
What's the what did we miss?
Oh, no, we just took off a podcast.
Yeah, it's just Comic Burrito now. Streamlined.
We even talked about
for your.
I know.
About
it just sounded weird in my ears, is what I'm trying to say, my dude.
Already off the rails. All right, well, this is This Week in Comics. Yeah.
Comics. Oh, hey, Nat.
Hey, Nat. What's up? Guess what? It's This Week in Comics.
Private chat again.
So since we're talking off the rails, I guess let's bring this book up.
Off the rails.
Off the rails.
Everybody knows Grendel, Kentucky's off the rails, yo.
Yep. This is a book by AWA Upshot. And like the one weird
who
thing
are they?
I've noticed is they don't have a lot of variant covers except on the number ones. And then one of them looked pretty cool. I grabbed this one because it's what was there. But this is written by Jeff McComsey. I don't like how that name is. I think there should be R's in there, but there aren't. Art by Tommy Lee Edwards and lettered by John Workman.
Damn it. No Sal. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no Sal.
I'm going to riot.
Hey, man, he's got kids to feed. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe John Workman does too.
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he has more kids. I have no idea.
The controversy's already started.
Just going to have to figure it out.
Yep.
This book was definitely, you have to finish this book to enjoy this book. I think that I didn't read the summary of it. Did you read the summary of it, Todd? I know you also read it.
I never read the summary of anything.
Okay. Well, you made fun of me for doing that. So.
Not even after?
No, I made fun of when you've had wildly different conclusions than what it could have been.
Yeah.
That's what
this
funny.
Too. I think this is very, when you finish it and then you read the after pages, you're like, oh, this all makes sense now. But I didn't see it. Mainly there's some like Kentucky weed dealers. There's a Viking funeral.
It's
pretty sweet.
The normal. That old cliche.
I love the art in this. It's definitely not as defined.
Let me see like page one.
Hey, Crudo.
Let me see. I passed on this.
I can do this easy.
Reluctantly.
If you want to open up your... Okay.
Oh, I do kind of like that.
It's pretty cool. That's also... Yeah, that's maybe the least spoiler-worthy page you could possibly show, which is cool.
Yeah. AWA is just putting out so much good content right now that I just like financially have to just trade weight all of them, I think.
Too much.
Because I can't figure out what to get and what not to get, so it's like I think I'm just going to wait and get it all.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's probably the one that I've wanted the most.
Pull them all.
Probably the one I wanted the most, besides maybe Bad Mother.
Everything.
And this one definitely has a different angle. I'm not sure if it's going into...
No, buddy. No.
I don't know if it's going into... I guess I can probably do that too. Oh, no, never mind. I don't know if it's going to be as horror-y as some of the others, but it definitely right now is starting with some horror elements.
Are you talking?
Yeah,
Grendel.
Talking. Yeah, Grendel. Yeah.
Kentucky.
Grendel, Kentucky.
My first pick is going to be Firepower by
number 3.
Number 3 from this new writer Robert Kirkman and Chris.
He's done a couple things
with Matt Wilson and Russ Wooten. If you've read the prequel trade in number 1 and number 2, you are going to really like number 3 because it's just keeps on trucking. It's it might be one of my favorite issues so far just because it's still just on that uptick. there's getting kids involved and some other stuff that's just cool with
the ending's what I've been waiting for. I'm like ready. Like, let's do this.
There's the little thing with the other thing, and it's like, ooh, that's not, and this is, and yes, it's starting to cook a little bit.
It's cooking, yeah. It's cooking.
But it's still that slice of life, parents, kids,
Americana, Rockwellian.
Suburby, but with like ninjas and shit.
Yeah, it's like a Rockwell painting got ninjas put into it.
And Cole didn't get his copy, but they did use the word butts, so he's going to really he's going to really treasure this issue when he gets his good copy. So yeah,
his treasured butts.
Mm-hmm. As Cole does.
Yep. So one of my picks is of one of the greatest comic book characters to ever exist.
Kite Man?
Hell yeah, but no. Hell no. He is one of the greatest. Fucking John Constantine in a Tom Taylor book, Hellblazer Rise and Fall, which is
the B cover.
The B cover's rad too. Yeah, that's schmexy. Yeah. Tom Taylor, written by, art by Derek Robertson, color by Diego Rodriguez, and lettering by Darren Bennett. And it's got that spot UV for the letters.
Yeah.
That's nice. Have you read it yet? Or you
I have not. It's in the pile. I'm
going to start with the back pages.
It's like 2 or 3. It's like 2 or 3 away from getting read, so it'll probably get done before lunch tomorrow. Because it's one that I definitely am excited about. I can
see this being a comic book where people are like, it's very divisive about the art.
Oh yeah, I see that already.
I really dig it because it's a very old school like '90s style.
It's very lock and key.
Yeah.
Style art.
It's not punchy, like arts wise, but it is really like it has a strong look on its own. You would definitely be like, oh, that's Hellblazer Rise and Fall. Yeah.
That's good.
It's a little bit better close up, to be honest. It's
sure
you can see it smooths out the rough parts when it's kind of zoomed out a little bit.
And it kind of almost looks like The Boys a little bit too.
Yeah. It does have that Boys feel to it. I really enjoyed it. I love it's not Freakazoid, sorry, Nat, but that is one of the best comic characters of all time as well. But I fucking love John Constantine. I'm incredibly biased. It's like if they did a Black Label Green Lantern book, that's just going to be on my list. He's a rad, maybe one of my favorite anti-heroes, if you could even call him that. And I don't want to get too much into the story because it's going to be a short series and it's Black Label, so it's just...
Is it 5?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
5? I was going to ask you, since you are a Hellblazer Constantine fan, I don't not like Constantine, but I haven't read a lot of stuff.
This is not where I'd start.
As a non-fan, do you think I'll enjoy?
I think you'll enjoy it. It's not where I would start you with Constantine.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a start. I'm familiar with John Constantine, like from.
That's what I'm just saying. If you were like, hey, start me off with a John Constantine book, this isn't the one that I would choose. But I think you'll still enjoy it and you'll get it. There's some references that will seem a little like maybe you should know something.
What?
Yeah, right. But they do a good job making it not necessary and kind of filling you into the context.
I'm expecting, since it's Tom Taylor, that I'm going to get to like issue 2, and then I'll be like, all right, Todd, what Constantine should I read? Like, where's my starting point then? Like, I got to know more about it.
New 52, Justice League Dark.
Okay, that's fair.
That would be my beginner get used to Constantine, and then I would give Constantine homework after that.
All right. Well, I'm excited for it. I haven't passed on one of the prestige size books yet, and I have not been disappointed, including Superman Year 1, and that's your spicy burrito take of the night.
There it is.
That I have not been disappointed, including that book. But anyways, Cole.
I'm probably not going to say the name of this book right because there's a lot of words in it.
Oh boy.
We only find them when they're dead.
You did it!
You did it.
They're all short, so that's a nice thing. Mostly 4-letter words.
They're maybe $3 words.
There's one 5-letter word there.
Yeah, this is written by Al Ewing, art by Simone DeMeo, colors by Maricera Mayati, and lettered by And World Design.
And World Design. What?
I don't really know what's happening. I kind of know what's happening. I'm not really sure why it's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it
But
fills
the art.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I think it fills in the
Yeah.
blanks you need to keep moving.
Yeah, the art's great. I love the art in this book. Like, if you like Dan Mora, you're probably gonna love this art. I would say, I mean, like from like what a lot of people have said, that they said that this was like very Power Ranger-y, and I think he does the art in that. I mean, here, I guess if we take off and show you the, just kidding, I lied.
Nope.
No, I thought the back had a back cover that had pictures on it, but it doesn't.
No, you're wrong.
Oh, I mean, they have the first 4 pages on their preview, and it doesn't really give anything away, I don't think.
If you read Seven Secrets, it's a lot like that.
There's a cool splash page that is very Something is Killing the Children-esque that I really appreciate and love.
It's really cool.
I want all comic books to have this in them. Like, I want the little 2-page intro and then like the lost symbol that drops in.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's in Voyage to the Stars. It's And World Designs Justin Birch. That's how he's like in that. It's how he's credited in at least one book I know of, maybe 2. Oh yeah.
But I think it's fun. I mean, it's space stuff,
which is Cole's favorite genre.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I'm a space guy now.
You're a
as
space
long
guy.
as they don't have rings, I'm in.
It wasn't in my top 3 of the week, but I read 4 really good ones, and I'm in for the first arc, I think, for sure, because it's like you said, it's like I'm not really fully sure what's going on, but it seems really cool and epic. So, yeah, that's a good pick.
Thanks, Flash Ray. Let our smooth dulcet tones let you drift down into the land of Nod.
And maybe
We'll be
send
with
some
you
cards
until
later.
you send away.
Also, this book has sold the most copies of any Boom book.
It be
Yeah, it was at 75,000 like a few weeks ago, and they said that they assumed it'd be at 100,000, and Seven Secrets was at
50,000.
Yeah,
And it sold how many? 100.
It was at 75.
Seven Secrets held it for like less than a month.
Yeah,
It was at like
I mean, good on
75,000.
Boom. They deserve it.
Yeah,
But
that's
there've
awesome.
been pretty much, they're saying with the second and third printings, they assume it'll get up to 100.
Oh,
Wow, neat.
do
for them.
they count that as part of it? Different printings.
Yeah, so like I think Seven Secrets did like
Hey, Sam.
50,000 in the first,
Sam
and
the
this did
King.
75 in the first.
Cool. Nice. That's awesome.
I love what Boom.
Good
is.
for them. It's an interesting book. I think I might be more excited about this one for number 2 than Seven Secrets number 2.
I would agree with that. And I think, I mean, the difference too, I think that they're pulling in here is they have Al Ewing, who's a Marvel guy, that's probably pulling in different people into Boom, maybe, which is probably a good thing for Boom,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, I think
But
this
I don't
is
know-
his first indie work. I could be wrong with that,
Maybe.
but I
don't
think it
know.
is.
Is Seven Secrets ongoing? I thought it was a limited.
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we only find them when they're dead. Is ongoing, because I have not found anything saying that there's any planned finish. But that's one thing that's kind of keeping me a little...
you don't find that out until it's dead.
Whoop, whoop.
Well, what if you were dead the whole time?
I'm very disc golf centric today.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
you're really going for it.
Good for you.
I'm stripe centric.
Proud of you.
Nick.
I am really glad that I bought Inkblot.
Me too. That's adorable.
It's so cute.
That'll be an emoji on the Discord 100%.
No,
Yes. I will say, well, I have a different one that's not a spoiler, but I have one ready for you that I didn't.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the first time that it speaks.
Yes.
Yes. And it's like, oh.
Yep. Oh, hello.
I heard a little bit about it, and it was like, maybe I'll get that. And then I saw how many books that were coming out this week, and I was like, I'm gonna pass. And then I read the synopsis this morning, and I was like, I really want to read that. So I picked it up, and then I started reading it, and I'm like, this is not at all what I expected. And then I loved it, and then I reread the synopsis, and I was like, I don't know why I expected anything different. But the first couple pages, it was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is what I wanted to get into. But by the end, it was definitely what I wanted to get into. So yeah, if you're into time traveling, cats, and dimension traveling, well, it's supposedly all those things. So it's ongoing as well. So we'll see. They can take it pretty much anywhere, but it's a cat that just kind of messes.
It does have a very old school art style.
It does.
It's like the theme of today, apparently, because it's a very old school art style that I really enjoyed. Now that it's not in every comic book. And
it's mysticky and folklore and
it has that old fantasy style comic book feel to it.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
I know. I read the synopsis and I said, "Hey, Nat, I think you're gonna love this book," and posted it in our Discord. And then I didn't get it because I had so many books already.
And you know what? I don't know that I would say it's a must-have book.
I can trade weight it.
I mean, I really like it. I'm very into it, so I'm glad that I'll be pulling it.
I think you'll be sad if you don't keep up with it, but that's just me.
I mean, at this point, it's just like, well,
CS had a bunch of them, so maybe next week it's a lighter week.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm getting lighter.
Is there lighter weeks ever? I feel like we had one in the last 2 months.
Yeah, I feel like there was shutdown and there was no books. And then it went to big week.
And now it's just like, wow, what a good week in comics.
I think they're just weeks. But and this is by Emma Kubert and Rusty Glad, by the way. Inkblot, Image Comics, $3.99.
Hey, King Paul. We're going. I said Hellblazer: Rise and Fall. Cole has said Grendel, Kentucky, we only find them when they're dead. And then Firepower and Inkblot. He's got a couple images. We got a Boom.
AWA.
Boom and an AWA. I've got a DC, which I'm breaking my No Big 2 thing twice today, which I haven't done in a very long time because my second pick
is
this little indie book called Batman.
No.
It's some guys. James Tynan the Fourth writes it. Jorge Jimenez is the artist. Tamao Mori is the colors, and Clayton Cowell is the letters. It's published by DC Comics.
Punchline.
Punchline and Harley Quinn are in this. There are a couple of characters some people know about. This is my favorite Batman issue in a very long time.
Wow.
I am into it. There is something that happens to Batman that I've been wanting to happen to Batman for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hell yeah, let's go. And then it's got maybe it's got two of my favorite Batman panels in a very long time. One's fucking hilarious, and then one's fucking badass.
I know the second one. I don't know the hilarious one.
I texted him earlier, but I'll put it in the.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a common joke that's been other places that Tinian pulled into his book, and it's fantastic.
And it's canon now, which just makes me happy that it's a thing.
I think I remember, but
I'll send it right now so you can check.
Oh nope, I know what it is.
There you go. Harley Quinn has a reaction.
It's not really a spoiler. We could say it, but this is how dedicated we are to not spoiling books, so people can listen. Is that the little joke on page 5? We won't even
leave it be.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was really fantastic. I'm really into it. Joker's by far and away not my favorite villain, and he's barely in this book
for a Joker war, there wasn't a lot of Joker.
Not a lot of Joker, but it was really good.
Besides background,
no, it's just background stuff. Yeah, so it was really interesting. I liked it. It was a good story that they told on two fronts, which is cool.
Yeah,
I might have liked 97 better. But
we're all entitled to bad opinions, so you're fine.
I'm going to.
There's the one panel of him with all the Jokers.
Yeah, that is cool.
That panel for me was like, I'll put that right here anytime.
Yeah, it's just the story from this issue.
It's much better. Absolutely, just that one panel for me, 97 or page.
What's funny is Nick was very off in the page count poser, so you're fine.
I wanted this to happen
oh yeah, you're very wrong.
8 issues ago.
What?
I wanted this type of issue
I'm
in my mind should have happened 7 or 8 issues. I think the next issue is going to be the best issue of all of them.
Oh, I think 99.
This pretty much sets it up for a strike.
I like that premise
I don't know
all the time that the next issue is the best issue. That's how it always should be.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you plateau and it goes careening off a cliff.
No, unacceptable.
That's when Tom King takes over.
Unacceptable.
Nightmares.
Tom King, cat back.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this was his story that they just gave to another guy to write.
I think that was the other part.
It's the other way around.
Well,
thank God they let somebody else. No.
Hey, probably the best book out of this week.
Spy Island. It is Dark Horse. It is written by Chelsea Kane. The cover, the designer, and the supplemental artist is Leah Mitternicki. I did not say that right.
Mitternicki.
Art is Elise McCall. Colorist is Rachel Rosenberg. And letters by Joe Caramanga.
Caramanga, dude.
Visually, this is one of the coolest comic books I've seen in a very long time. It mixes, since there's a person that is a designer and a supplemental artist, some of the things about lettering that happen in this book confuse me if it is art or a letterer that did it. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, they take actual pictures and put it in there.
Kind of collage style.
Yeah, there's some stuff. And I mean, if you've read Man-Eaters, it's the same, Chelsea Kane and I think Leah were both in that book, and they do some of that stuff where it's kind of throw a bunch of stuff in there. I'm just hoping there isn't an issue of this. It's all magazine articles.
Yeah.
But I really visually pleasing from this book, and it had a very, me and Ty kind of discussed it. There's a page in this that's very funny.
It's
and
great.
When you get there, you'll know. And it's purple and green.
There you go. Yeah, that's enough. It's amazing. This book is, oh my God, it's probably the best book of the week.
Yeah,
I don't know how I can read it. Nick is just stewing because he wished.
It's the one book. It was $4 that I was like, this will make a difference this week, and didn't buy it. This will help. I'll not buy this one. That's gonna have 4 fucking issues.
I would have given up 4
small investment.
I'd give up 4 comics to keep this around.
I should.
It's that good.
Wish
that good.
Damn it. We only find. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a poser talk about it, and I was like, I forgot. I think he mentioned this book before, and it sounds awesome.
Rough.
Bendis wrote some amazing Batman universe.
He wrote a very fun Batman.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
With
that
Nick,
one
Nick
panel was sweet.
Nick Dakota, I think, or the Bendis universe Batman run has probably my all-time favorite splash page in comics in it. And if you haven't read the Bendis Batman run, you should check it out.
It's on Hoopla.
It's on Hoopla.
It's on the Oopla.
Spy Island is the one that I did not get, but I'm pretty sure I've found at least an issue to read, if not an issue to buy probably tomorrow. So I'll grab it. Like I said, it was the one that I was like, It was the one that I was less sure about. It was one of those, it's either a home run or I shouldn't have bought this. And I was hoping for the latter, but I'm glad it was the former.
I like Detective Comics.
Hmm?
Sorry, I'm just going back through. I'm very into Detective Comics.
Oh yeah, I don't. I have never read.
It's Nick.
I haven't read any Detective Comics.
I love Detective Comics because I always like the
Todd and I both have said that it's been better than Batman for the last year.
For me, it's been the higher points for me.
See, I know that I want to read it, but it's like I can't decide.
Another big book.
I can't decide where I want to start, so it's like I need to just start at
the arc before last. Yeah, start the next one, the tie-in.
Yeah.
No, I meant like literally 27.
Oh, 27. Yeah, that is a good place to start.
I mean, I would at that point I would just start at 1 or whatever.
Well, 27 is when Batman shows up.
I know, but I would just start at 1 to be
Might as well.
Yeah.
Then you could say you read them all.
Issues. Yeah. Yeah. So I will sometime. At some point, I'll start that long journey through it because I feel like I want to just read it all. But my final pick, I was so excited because I read, I think, Inkblot first, and I was like, it's going to be my number 1. Nothing else matters. It's my number 1. Easy pick for number 1. That book is so cool. And then I read Defender 12. And if you've watched the show at all, there's no way you've seen more than 2 or 3 episodes of our show and not heard me express my love for Descender and Ascender. Probably my number 1 book of all books. It's my favorite. And number 12 might be my favorite issue of all of them.
It takes all the other issues to really make it that good, though.
It does. It definitely does. If you go, if you haven't read anything and you go out tomorrow,
this is not a jumping on point.
Basically, what this book would do would be to spoil everything else. Like,
what a terrible jumping on point.
And not in like a good way of like catching you up, in a bad way of later.
Like it's confusing and you don't like it, and
Ascender's been so good, and it's just I finished it, and I tried. I put the book down and I like set it away, and it was like because even the first few pages were part of my favorite, but then the final page, it was like, nope, that did it. And I started to try to read Firepower, and I had to put it down like 3 or 4 times because I was still thinking about it. Yeah, I was still stuck in it, and it was like, I can't just move on. I need to just take a minute. And if you're into that book at all, you haven't read that yet, you should put that at the top of your pile. I would be okay with you logging off YouTube right now and going and reading it. And no. Okay.
Finish back to my 5-year-old.
Finish the show.
Share it with your friends.
Go read it. No,
but apparently I wasn't even listening. Apparently I reacted properly.
Yes. I told people to stop watching the show, and you were like, no.
It's just amazing.
1023 Flash Ray, if that's the only detective that you've read, it's the tie-in, the first tie-in for Joker War. It's mostly the end of the last arc. It would be terrible if you hadn't read the stuff before it. If you were reading up to this and then you didn't like it, then that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much half the issue is for a tie-in, and half of it is to tighten up the end of a story.
But Ascender that issue is I'm already planning on rereading it at least twice because
that's the issue with me. I think that I need to definitely reread this, like what has happened, because I'm like, I don't know why.
You don't think it's a big thing?
Well, no, I know like the ending. I understand like that part. I don't like. I was confused at
all of it.
Or the middle part.
I was
about the end part,
but then the why that character is where they are. And maybe I just forgot something.
Yeah,
we'll talk offline. Because I don't want to get into anything closer than what we've been talking. But it's incredible, and if you're caught up and you're reading this, you're going to be so happy when you check it out.
I'll say this: reading this issue made me. Are they here? No, they're upstairs. I already want to go back and start Descender 1 again to reread it. Not just this issue again, but to reread all of it coming back to it. Which I'm really excited because Trevor got Saga and Descender. So as soon as he finishes saga, I have a reason to reread Descender again and go back through it. So I'll be doing that for sure.
It looks like Whack Comics' favorite also. And you can tell that he's not American by the way that he spells favorite.
Favorite. You're going to love it. Be very excited. Have very high standards. Expectations.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think it'll hit it.
Or just go in low and then maybe get your bar smacked off.
If it's one of your
favorite things people say, right?
You'll like it.
So mine's one that maybe not as long of an investment, but I've just been loving every issue that has come out, and I'm sad that it's the last one. But it's been an excellent ride. It's been a confusing, beautiful, excellent ride. Thank you, W. Maxwell Prince, for King of Nowhere, because what a fucking trip this has been.
It was fun.
Like a trip and a trip. It is a trip and then it's a trip. And then illustrated by Tyler Jenkins, who is half the book. Like, the story is really weird and interesting, but the art is just incredible. Colored by Hillary Jenkins, who also incredible. The colors in the book are fantastic. And this last issue in particular, the colors are just amazing. And then And World Design. What? They're just killing the lettering. It's Sal Cipriano and then And World. Those are the colors that are taking over.
And the cool thing about this is I'm pretty sure.
I think I just said colors.
If you go back to our first, what are we reading? I'm pretty sure I mentioned issue 1 of this. So that'll show.
Yeah, I think
how it's been around as long as we have, and now it's done.
Yeah, I think
we were time to hang up those hats, boys.
Because I remember when we were talking about it, Nick hadn't read it yet, and we had to speak in code about the ending part.
That scared me.
Yeah, that scared you.
And
which is great. Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's the cover. I thought of you when I saw the cover.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. It's done. It's 5 of 5. It's the last issue, poser.
Nick actually talked me into getting this book too by saying it's the guy that writes Ice Cream Man and the guy that does the art for Grass Kings. He's like, "You getting this?"
Yeah,
I was gonna pass.
That's a cool combo right there.
And you like these two things, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I'll get it."
I still have not checked out Grass Kings. I know.
But,
I owe you reading that, but yeah.
I mean, it'll be there.
I so many comics right now. How hard is it to go back now and read stuff with how many comics and how much good stuff is happening right now?
I mean, I'm
COVID was such a blessing though, because with reading comics, because there was that 2 months where it's just like, look at all this old stuff I missed 3 years ago.
I mean, for me, it's usually if I go on a trip.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now I'm just it's the poser getting everything thing. It's just there's so much to get now. We did learn it from watching you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we knew you when it was first talked about, because it was in our first recording ever, before we ever live streamed.
Before we actually had people that we talked to.
It was before we even thought about live streaming, because we didn't know COVID was going to be a thing.
We had 2 of these events.
I bought into the book just because of the variant for number 1. I just really liked that cover.
Oh, that's right. I remember you freaking out about it. Yeah,
because
you weren't gonna get it. Yeah, you weren't gonna get it unless that cover was there.
And I was like, you know what? If our shop that doesn't buy a lot of indie books, if they happen to have the variant cover on the shelf, then I'll buy it. And they did, and I'm glad they did, because it's been awesome. I haven't finished it yet. I got this is 3rd on the pile. It's close, but
I'm sad to see it go. It was awesome.
A good finish.
It is a good finish. I need to read it all at once now.
Yeah,
I think it will make
just do that
even more sense. I would start back over and read it.
It'll take me longer. It'll probably be next week.
I think it'll be worth it though.
But then I'll just read it all in one shot.
Because there's a lot of things that I know it's pulling from earlier issues, and since that was just so long ago with the pandemic break, I was like, dang it, I know this is referencing something from before, but I can't quite remember it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend a reread.
Okay. Well, everyone else can tell us in the comments what your favorite books of the week were, and then we can talk about, because that was everybody, right?
Yep.
That was 3.
Except for Gary.
Also, Strange Adventures was good.
I was going to say, I have not read Strange Adventures.
I think that's the only thing that came up that I've read today that we didn't talk. Yeah, we talked about my entire read list. I read 10 books today.
Cool cover there.
And Strange Adventures is the only one that wasn't on our. Wow, that's weird.
I also read.
I read everything people talked about. I think that's the first time.
Bang.
That's probably, yeah. Bang.
Fine, I haven't talked about Bang. Fuck you.
I didn't get a chance to read Deceased yet.
That's such a good cover.
Isn't that?
That's so cool.
D for Deceased.
That's awesome.
That's great. That's a great one. And I did not.
Yeah, I grabbed Heavy Metal 300 as well.
Is there something?
I haven't read it
I know
yet.
Nat started getting it. Is there something with 300 that is like a specialty thing, or is there a reason why people are grabbing it?
It's like an anthology. There's a bunch of people who worked on it. Oh, I got that too.
Sexual Gary. You could probably just pick this up and read it.
That's true.
And if you like wieners, there's a lot of them in there. So shout out to Chaos. Last time I talked about sex criminals, he asked how many penises.
No, don't put context in it. Don't put context around it. Just leave it there. That's fucking hilarious. Shout out to Chaos.
He's not even on
He's not on
the
stream.
He's not even here to defend himself.
He got day drunk and probably went to sleep. So.
Oh yeah, he's already passed out.
He doesn't like he made fun of my mustache, so I can make fun of his love for penises and sex criminals.
We don't have to make fun of it. It just is there.
It's just
that
it's
issue.
Not funny.
I don't like. I did not
funny.
expect this, and I think it's worth a read, just because it's very interesting, and it really has nothing to do with the story. Minus one character from the story is loosely in and out of it.
Oh, you're talking. Okay.
This is like an annual.
I was thinking about penises and chaos.
Oh.
I just got lost.
This chaotic penis.
Chaotic penises.
You know.
Yeah, it is going to be monthly again, which is dope. I'm excited about it.
Does Grant Morrison still do stuff for heavy metal?
Kane Paul, I have like 4 books from last week that I have not read yet. It's bad. Like that's. I started reading Saga and I can't go back to the books I need to read because I can't stop reading.
That's my last week pile.
This is my last week pile.
Whoa. What a big pile.
My pile hasn't changed since last week.
This is my this week pile though. I still only have like 4 issues left.
Whack, yeah, because you're in Australia, so like buying anything is super expensive, right? Like a comic book's like $12 normally. Because I know your video games are expensive. Aren't video games like $90 or $120 or something crazy in Australia?
I think the conversion rate is also
it's terrible it hurts them, and then also they have different taxes and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And they're also should be
comics for $12.
$12 them. Dollars to dollary dues, I don't think helps them. Where wiener? I don't know. But yeah, what's everybody's favorite from the week or what they're looking forward to? What are you looking forward to next week? I can never answer this because I don't plan ahead.
Cole can look ahead, and
I'm bad at things.
I have to go to like 6 sites to find out.
That's why I set up like the League of Comic Geeks. It's definitely not the best site in the world, but at least like when I get to the shop, I kind of know what I want. Or not what I want, but what I should be pulling. So, Todd, there's a Green Lantern, 7, Bad Mother, Oblivion Song, The Resistance, Something is Killing the Children, 10. Man, this is a small week, actually. I have very minimal books coming out.
Next week?
Yeah. Nightwing, The Flash, Bad Mother, Oblivion Song, The Resistance, Something is Killing
Ice Cream Man presents Quarantine Comics Special #1.
Is that,
That's a $5.99 like extra large book of all the shorts that they put out during quarantine. So you know what? I don't know if
I might be getting
that. I might have to double check because they might not order me that. The Ice Cream Man presents Quarantine Comics. It's kind of like
that's right.
It's like a small trade.
Yeah, I remember those.
I don't know if they would have ordered me that, so hopefully they did.
Also, check this out.
Reaver 11.
Oh, Stealth 5. I forgot about that.
$7 to $14 for new release comics.
Stealth 5.
Yeah,
I'm not
Stealth.
Oh, Stargazer. Oh, I'm pretty sure they moved it back. Apparently, there's a new Dryfoot comes out. Forgot about that.
Dryfoot. Fucking check
I think
that
when I tried
out.
to drive it to my pull list on this, it wasn't on it yet.
Check out our interview with Jared Lujan. He is excellent. The book is excellent. Highly recommend picking it up. Yeah.
And you can see me in a funny jacket. Nick looks like an old guy.
An old Floridian.
Yeah.
And Todd
looks rad as fuck.
He's amazing.
I look great.
No.
Thank you. I hear no contention to that. We have a quorum. I looked amazing.
You're not wrong. I mean,
Nick had the strongest look.
Yes.
And then you had the wildest look, Cole.
What I was wearing that day is actually still on the floor.
As it should be.
Mine was on the floor for like a week.
Right there, it's still on the floor. It has not moved because it was so dang hot.
Yeah, Dryfoot and Stargazer. That's awesome. Man, next week's going to be rad. Yes, Reaver gives me tingles in the PP as well. Poser. That book is
Poser's reading?
Awesome.
I didn't know Poser was reading Reaver. Are you caught up yet? Because
I'm caught up.
You are caught up.
I caught up like a while ago now. Okay. But yeah, no. Poser reads everything too.
That's true. I should just assume he reads it. I feel like Reaver. Oh no, Sonata's what I'm thinking of.
Sonata's the one I'm always behind on for some fucking reason.
No one else reads Sonata. No, at least nobody ever talks to.
I'm at like 10.
So good.
I'm at 10.
So
I'm not that far behind. I just go in chunks.
So good.
I don't know what it is. I think it's like because I catch up and then the one comes out and I forget.
I feel like it's the one that like all of a sudden is just gonna get like James Cameron's gonna make the movie and everybody's gonna freak out and be like, "What is this book?"
It's ready for it.
Yeah,
it can totally be that. Bill and Ted Are Doomed out next week. Whoa.
I thought that was out. Is that the movie? Wasn't that out?
I thought the movie was just being filmed still.
I don't know. I see it promoted on
TV
all the
time. There's
time,
something Bill and Ted coming out. I'm down with that.
It's probably a comic book. I would assume. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought it was out.
This just shows that Nick doesn't watch my videos. That hurts my PP tingle.
It's a comic book by Dark Horse.
That makes more sense. Nick, you hurt Poser's PP tingle.
Sorry.
Again.
Ooh, there's a death metal Trinity Crisis book next week.
Oh, then I'm probably getting that too. I just didn't put it on there because
it looks cool.
That one is that. Wait, which one is that?
It's the one.
How many books do they need that aren't actually the book?
There's so many one shots. Ridiculous.
I wish they would just make this one big trade.
Trinity lineup is ready. I mean, that's what it's made for. That's what
it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's a comic that's both a prequel and a sequel.
Monitor, Superboy Prime, and Darkseid hold keys to Justice League.
Whoa.
Wait, is this week in comics or next week in comics?
Next week.
This week in comics. Next week.
Well, we already talked about this week.
Yeah.
There's a Joker Harley
book of next week. Look at, we even have a thing for it. I don't have a fancy graphic. I don't have a graphic for it, though.
Flash will be good. I'm kind of on the down. I'm kind of a little disappointed in Flash right now because it's been so good for so long, and now it's kind of
never go full Marvel.
Never go full
Marvel.
Never go full Marvel.
They've got a zombie thing going.
I'm totally fine with that being the word.
Never go full Marvel.
Don't be a Marvel.
Yeah, but anyways, I think we're hitting our overtime budget. I can't pay Nick again anymore if we keep recording. Yeah, Cole keeps just throwing more percentages at him.
10% more.
I mean, he is part of our new marketing team. He's been working extra hours.
Yeah, totally. Also, just talk to him if you have any issues with Comic Burrito. Make sure to follow us at the Comic Burrito and hit up our HR department, which is Nick.
Yeah. I'm really good at apologizing.
He's had a lot of practice.
I'm really sorry. I won't do that again. It'll never happen again.
Oh yeah, Vlad 3, which we will talk about probably Saturday. At least start teasing it because and then Wednesday we'll talk about it too. I'm sure. Now that I'm caught up as it shows up, I'll pay Nick in insults. Oh, that's what I said. I got paid in, so my pay's getting cut.
Hey, but maybe it won't be as hurtful.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be going towards Nick more now.
Yeah, that's why we gave Nick a 69% raise.
So
all the insults
goes after her. Yay, MLP Pony.
I'm in.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for getting wrapped up with us, everybody. For this week in comics. Yeah. I'm Chad.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
Bye.
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 Cut.
I gotta wait a little bit now.